Hey, good evening. It's Saturday, October 7th, and welcome back to Everyday Talks 24/7. Yesterday was one of those days I wasn't able to do the video. That's why I always say, Lord willing, I'll see you the next day. Also, I planned to do a Q&A Friday yesterday, but I didn't get any questions until later in the day, Thursday, and the questions I got were excellent questions, but they were going to require me giving them some thought and just time to work through them. So next Friday, we'll do the Everyday Talk questions. Our Q&A Friday, we'll do that next Friday. Because these questions, wow. Thank you for sending them in. And sorry I couldn't get to them yesterday, but I think it'll be worth listening next Friday. Tonight I want to do another look at meditation. I might do one more, but at least we'll do this one. About how important meditation is, because it's about what occupies our mind. And the Hebrew word for meditation, as I mentioned last time, is bringing something up over and over and over again. If you have something that you are obsessed with, that might be called meditation because you bring it up all the time. So the question is not that you're bringing something up in your mind constantly. The question is, what are you bringing up in your mind? What is coming there? So tonight I will look at Psalm 19, verse 14. And it's a verse that often is used as a benediction type thing, or a doxology, or some final words. But please don't take them that way. David means that these are thoughts that are to consume our very lives. Listen to what he says here. May these words of my mouth and this meditation of my heart be pleasing in your sight, Lord, my rock and my redeemer. May these words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be pleasing in your sight. See, he's not speaking here just of the quote-unquote religious moments, those times when we're in our church persona, or those times when we're in a special place where we meditate and we feel close to nature or feel just away from everything. It includes those, but it's much more than that. It's about what we do all the time. This is about all of our time, all of our thoughts. David is telling us that not only all words, but also all of our thoughts are an offering given to God. We often say things like, watch your language or be careful what you say. We need to be just as intent, and perhaps even more so, watch your thoughts. Guard your thoughts. Because these thoughts in our mind, which we think are random, if they're not centered on the glory and worship of God, and how can I bring honor to God in this particular situation that I'm facing, then my thoughts will lead me astray. So watching after your thoughts is even more important than watching after your words. Somebody else might catch you for using language that's not helpful, but those internal thoughts, only you and God know. And he does know those things. Remember Psalm 139, verses 4-6. You know what I'm going to say even before I say it, O Lord. You go before me and follow me. You're all around me. You place your hand of blessing on my head. And then he says, such knowledge is too wonderful for me, too great to understand. In other words, it blows me away. But what he's saying is, God is so aware of our thoughts that he knows them even before we think them. This meditation is a call to have our thought life be one that centers on the wonder of God. This doesn't restrict us. It opens us up to all the beauty of the power and wonder of God. Because he's all around us, working everything together for our good. If we could grasp that, and we could look and see, what has God got for me here? As I look at Ephesians 2:10, and it says, I'm God's workmanship, his beautiful poem, a work of art in progress, created for good works, which he created in advance for me to do. My meditations are thinking, what are the good things that God has for me to do? Not only in these good moments, but in these stressful moments, when there's conflict, when there's strife, when I'm perhaps in potential danger. If my meditation is flooded with the wonders of God and how His Word applies to my life, again, you probably get tired of hearing me say this, but Moses got it right. These words of God, they're not idle words. They are our very life. Well, here's 3 practical things that happen when we center on meditation, having it be something as an offering to God. The first is that this will help protect us from unexpected temptations. How many times have we done something and it kind of, quote unquote, caught us by surprise and we messed up? But if I'm meditating constantly on the Word of God, if I'm constantly meditation on, say, being thankful, or how can I honor God in terms of this moment and be pure or be grateful, then we'll be ready for that, quote unquote, unexpected temptation. So they'll help protect me from the unexpected. The second thing it will do, it will help me to have compassion instead of offense. How often somebody does something and it's not kind, or we don't perceive it as kind, and we're immediately offended. But if I'm meditating on the Word of God, I'm trying to think carefully. Why did God bring this about? Is this an opportunity for me to bring honor to His name? And how can I do that? Yes, it is an opportunity for me. So how can I actually be doing that? Meditation helps prepare me for that. It helps me keeps me from thinking the worst of someone. If I just thought about 1 Corinthians 13, love believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love is not easily angered. Love is patient, love is kind. If those kinds of thoughts were in my mind, constant meditation. And then the third thing that it will do for us, it's going to make us more aware of God's care for us, because we'll start to see life from the perspective of the care of God. So the thumbnail tonight was of this quiet scene, beautiful, small lake, a place where we meditate. The meditations of our heart. They matter. And if the Word of God is the focus of our meditation, if we are constantly bringing it up over and over again, it will transform you and me. And we will know the glorious peace from being centered by the Word of God and be ready to respond to whatever happens so that we may honor God and not ourselves. We'll do one more on meditation. And while we're meditating tonight, certainly the best in Israel right now is going to be on our minds. Pray for God's protection. Pray for God's subtleness. And help us not to lose it, but to know that even this, God is in control, working all things together for His good. Listen again to what David says. May these words of my mouth, this meditation of my heart, be pleasing in your sight, Lord, my rock and my redeemer. What a great way to end the week, and such an honor and blessing to be with you. And Lord willing, we'll see you Monday. Good night. Thank you for watching. May God richly bless you as you seek to live for His glory.